New Jersey Motorsports Park is built on the site of America's first air defense airport. They built it in 1941 on about 4,300 acres. Now, we're on 700 acres now, but just across the road is the very same airport where they trained over 1,500 P-47 Thunderbolt pilots. In fact, this track in their honor is named Thunderbolt. A Thunderbolt makes about 2,000 horsepower, which means we only need about 3 of these to match that kind of horsepower. This is Dodge Viper Cup.
Hi everybody, and welcome to New Jersey Motorsports Park for the third round of the Dodge Viper Cup presented by Pennzoil Ultra. Whether past or present, New Jersey Motorsports Park is all about horsepower, and we're going to have some thunder coming at you. Ben Keating, second straight pole. Jeff Courtney, winner of round 2 at Sebring. A.J. Morgan up third, fighting some understeer issues in qualifying. Dave Fiorelli, a great job, and great to have him back and forth. Billy Grupp lines up 5th inside row 3, along with one of our celebrity drivers, a pro motocross freestyle rider, Andy Bell, then Mike Von Quillick, and Jimmy Kite, our other celebrity driver. You've heard his name, certainly, if you like sprint car racing. Kurt Solberger and Todd Nelson fill out row number 5. And as we take a look at row 6, Dave Mazik and Connie Bogan. Now, she did not get a qualifying time, so we'll have to see what unfolds and whether she's able to make the race. As always, as we look backward from Ben Keating, when those wheeling lights go out, we go racing here. Dodge Viper Cup about to unfold, and there it is. We're underway, and every one of those Michelin tires hooking up beautifully. Everybody launching off the line. Look at Fiorelli pop to the outside, Tom.
Now, Dave Fiorelli has had a huge comeback coming out of Sebring, where he had that giant wreck. Fiorelli has proved that he deserves to be in Dodge Viper Cup.
Yeah, he had a good idea there, but then he got trapped outside, got freight trained a little bit. Meanwhile, Keating under huge pressure already from Courtney. Courtney clips that curd, floated a bit wide, but was able to gather it up. But I think it's pretty evident here the battle is on in qualifying. Those top 3, Tom, separated by only 35 100ths of a second.
And, you know, this actually sets up a frame for what we're predicting could be the future in this series for this year. These 3 guys have been combating, you know, at Sebring and here in qualifying. There's the 3 guys right there.
Exceptionally close, and they are, I mean, absolutely on the track, close as well. And you'd have to take a look at the early going here. At least those Michelin's working very well. You wonder if A.J. Morgan was able to get that understeer dialed out of the car. The crew was working on it furiously, and of course, when you got the Archer brothers on your backside there, you're covered.
There's nothing wrong with having an Archer on your side in any circumstance. Here's a good battle towards the back here, as we see Todd Nelson and Dave Mazik mixing it up a little bit.
Ooh, a little bit wide there, but a nice drive off the turn by the 18 of Todd Nelson. Meanwhile, back up front, that Viper Exchange Viper of Ben Keating continuing to lead away. Always fast, always super aggressive, and he likes running from the front. But boy, Courtney not letting him get away. Courtney looks to the inside, down into turn 1. That's huge braking area. Wasn't quite close enough.
Yeah, Jeff Courtney probably is not going to want to go by this early, but he definitely wants Ben Keating to know that he's there and then he's going to be coming.
Through this very intricate little sequence of corners, that's turn 3, as they sort of fold right, left, right again, as Keating leads Courtney, Morgan, Grupp, and Fiorelli round out your top 5. Active air traffic here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Round 3 of the Dodge Viper Cup presented by Pennzoil Ultra. But all the activity we're focused on is on that ribbon of tarmac. It is race time in the Dodge Viper Cup. And having a good look here, just the fact that Dave Fiorelli is here at all is pretty amazing. And he's having himself, as usual, a good run with Billy Grupp. But Grupp floats just a little bit wide, drops those left side tires, and then of course you're off for an interesting ride.
I was having breakfast with Billy Grupp just a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about high-speed agriculture. Billy has come up a long way in a short period of time, and to do that, you've got to try stuff, and Billy just did.
Well, he had a third in the opening round at Sebring, so obviously he's got those chops working pretty good. Hop on board with Andy Bell, one of our celebrity drivers, as I said, a pro freestyle motocrosser. He is just absolutely amazing on the jumps, holds a number of Guinness Book's world records, and he is in full chat mode right now, running in the 5th spot. And you know what? When you come in as a celebrity driver, one of the interesting things is the program you get involved with is very intricate, with Lux Performance, Cindy Lux doing the coaching, her husband Fred doing the prep on the cars. It's really quite an amazing program, and Andy Bell finds himself right in the heart of it. So we thought we'd check in with him and find out what it's like to be part of the celebrity program from a slightly confused driver.
Oh, we're not jumping these Vipers out there on the track? I'm in the wrong place. No, just kidding. We're, getting in these Dodge Vipers, I mean, for me it was a first. So really excited because these things have unbelievable torque. The horsepower is through the roof, and it's just so much fun getting out there with these fast guys. These guys do this for a living. This is my first time, so wow, we have a lot to learn. Well, I mean, Cindy and Fred, the whole Lux Performance team, everything that you need, they've already thought of. They've already coached you. They've already told you what you need to do. And they have the skill set from Cindy in the racing and Fred in the car and the whole team to get the most out of your weekend. And I'm blown away. We're like factory drivers here. Piet and these guys are blowing by you, and you're just like, you get frustrated. I mean, we're all athletes. We all do what we do. And it just happens that these guys are a lot better at driving cars than me. So that doesn't stop the frustration from coming out in heavy application of the throttle, as we could see when we did a little bit of tape review in the motorhome there. So, I think this race is all about slowing down, smoothing everything out, and bringing the car back in one piece.
Andy Bell's Athletes Recovery Fund charity is something that he's running for this weekend. And of course, that's for pro athletes, Greg, that, at the top of their game, they have an injury, they can't earn anymore. And that's what Andy Bell's behind. And you can tell from his profession, there's a lot of guys who do take a lot of damage.
Oh, absolutely. It's a high-risk sport, and obviously he's very involved in it. We hop on board with Todd Nelson sitting in the 9th spot. And he's got himself a good little scrap. That up front is the number 52, Jimmy Kite, our other celebrity driver. And as I said, he's done some NASCAR, he's done some IndyCar, but he made his name in USAC in the sprint cars and those beautiful Silver Crown cars. And this is a bit of a different thing for him. A lot of his time, of course, spent on ovals, but in the scrap right now and able to fend off Nelson.
And not only that, keep up with Kurt Solberger. Solberger is looking back in his rearview mirror and saying, I've got an IndyCar driver covered. And that's not bad.
No, that's a good day for you, no question. Fiorelli now. Oh, and a big lurid moment by Andy Bell, getting it all crossed up. And that's what happens when you have all that torque and horsepower at your disposal. You get a little greedy.
Mike Von Quillick will take advantage of that and slip by. As we look back from Michael's car, you can see that Andy Bell is a student and learning quickly.
Well, that's one of the things when you come in and you're sort of out of your normal comfort zone in a different type of situation, even though what you've done involves motors and wheels, etc., is as a guy goes by, you tuck in behind him and you follow the lines. You watch what he's doing, where he's braking, where he's turning in. I would think that's the best school you can go to.
That's what he's been doing all weekend long. Cindy Lux is on the wall coaching him and on the radio virtually every step of the way as we see Todd Nelson with a big moment. No, that's Kurt Solberger slowing down dramatically.
Boy, huge, suddenly well off the power, so something wrong there as Nelson through that last turn onto the front straight, and Solberger, we hop on board, and he's making that slow crawl down into pit lane. Boy, you never like to see that, and just hate to see it for somebody who's been so involved, and actually has a good run going in the championship already.
Yeah, Kurt Solberger has always been a solid contender in the championship. We think maybe he's got a puncture, but we're not exactly sure. We'll check out.
Oh, that's Courtney. Boy, doing everything he could to stay with Keating, and Courtney runs wide. Underneath goes Morgan. Now Morgan up on the curbs, and Courtney. Boy, what a quick counterpunch move by Jeff Courtney. That's the experience. Even though he made the mistake, just knew he could drive it down in deep, I would think.
Jeff Courtney is such a seasoned veteran, and as he makes that big mistake going into turn number 1, I don't think he was off the loud pedal for more than a second or so.
Boy, I love that shot coming over that jump. Shows you just the amount of speed and how abrupt that little rise is that these cars are carrying. Now the question is, with Courtney and Morgan having that little bit of a back and forth, Did Keating break them enough to get them out of the draft and not allow them to run him down? You're going to see the margin as there's Ben, and it's a good 10-15 car lengths at this point. So Keating gets a little bit of a break over Courtney and Morgan. Fiorelli in 4th. Von Quillick rounds out the top 5. And then top celebrity driver Andy Bell sits in 6th. New Jersey Motorsports Park, located in Millville, New Jersey. Beautiful community, and today again hosting the 3rd round of the Dodge Viper Cup presented by Pennzoil Ultra. And Ben Keating has been able to not only take the lead from pole, but able to open it up after that little error by Courtney. Meanwhile, we go back and watch a great battle. Dave Fiorelli in the number 81, and you can see he's got quite a group with him there. Von Quillick, Andy Bell, as those 2 white Vipers chasing that loudly colored and bright Viper of Fiorelli, and Fiorelli able to fend them off at this stage of the game. But again, Tom, really remarkable that he's here.
Yeah, Dave Fiorelli had a big hit in Sebring just a few weeks ago, and the most amazing thing about it was that he was perfectly okay, and the Dodge Viper was actually perfectly okay as well. In fact, it's here this weekend working as his backup car. We hear that there may be a little history about the car he's driving right now, but clearly is getting along with it very well and able to hold out off Michael Von Quillick in there. Andy Bell still trying stuff.
Boy, working it, trying every possible lane he can, inside, outside, to try and figure out a way by Von Quillick, and both of them chasing Fiorelli, who, by the way, even after that incident, came back in the backup car of Ben Keating that he borrowed to take 4th in that 2nd round at Sebring. So Fiorelli just refusing to give up, basically. And one of the big signs, of course, Tom, is getting help from everybody in the paddock. This, the racing on the track is intense, but boy, you get that flag falls and everybody's in the paddock, they work together, and it's true camaraderie.
Well, you and I have been doing this since the mid-'80s, and I have never seen a more friendly and more community-oriented paddock in any other racing series than I see in this Dodge Viper Cup, and that goes through the entire organization. They do a great job. It's fun to be at the track this weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's just an absolutely great group, and then when that flag falls, the racing is intense. And Fiorelli right now, well, Tom, you visited with him earlier.
Well, Dave, everybody in the paddock was absolutely amazed that you showed up from Sebring with a really hurt car, and the car looks in fantastic shape.
Yeah, well, it's not the same car.
What car is it?
Well, Ben Keating, who loaned me his backup car in Sebring that we got 4th in on day 2 down there, had a used one for sale, and we picked it up as a backup car, just put the same wrap on it, and now we'll have this one in a backup. I tell you, the main one was not that bad. Ben's car got hit in the paddock at Road Atlanta by a golf cart, and it caused $10,000 more damage than me hitting the wall at Sebring.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, you say a used ACRX, so that must mean we know the former driver.
You do. This is the championship car from last year, Ryan Schimp's car.
And nobody even saw it coming.
Wait till I'm talking about a secret weapon.
I thought there might be something going on there. Ryan Schimp's car obviously is a gifted car. It's the first ever Dodge Viper Cup champion car. These are spec racers. In other words, no car should be better than any other one. But we're talking about heritage now.
Well, you talk about heritage and a big move by Bell. Did he pull it off down the end? Yeah, but he's wide. Oh, boy. Well, there he just learned the lesson of road racing. Fast in, slow out.
I think Andy Bell is more comfortable in the dirt than he is on the tarmac here, but what a job he's doing.
And you see Keating under attack once again from Courtney, as Jeff Courtney has been able to reel him in. Oh, Courtney, nice bit of rotation on the car, down underneath Keating. Still there. Keating comes across, shuts the door. A.J. Morgan sitting back and watching this. What a great seat he has as they head down into this really quick exchange, that turn 3 complex, which is a quick, as we talked about, right, left, right flick, and now up and over the jump.
I think that's some great maturity showing from A.J. Morgan. He's sitting back a couple of car lengths, just watching what plays out here and sees if he can take advantage of some opportunity.
And learn a little bit as well. As you pointed out, these two guys up front, extremely fast, both ultra aggressive, and he's got himself a great seat. Meanwhile, Courtney now, as they work down, this is that east side of the track where you've got these long, never-ending corners, and you've got to really balance the car, and one little twitch or whatever can steal some momentum. Courtney's keeping it very tight to the inside, dives to the inside of Keating, and they hit! There's contact, both of them are off, big plumes of dirt. Boy, it's going to be interesting, and A.J. Morgan says thank you.
I'll take that. Thank you very much. Looks like Keating's going to get underway first.
Oh, damage.
Oh, big time damage. So Keating is definitely headed for pit lane, and it looks like Jeff Courtney has gotten going, but what a long trip through the dirt to get to the track, and he'll come back on at about mid-pack. Meanwhile, Keating, boy, that side of the car looks just fine, Greg.
Yeah, but it's the right side. That right rear is absolutely toast. Meanwhile, here comes A.J. Morgan onto the front straight, and now gets the sign that he's out front. And as you can see, there's the Kenda Tire entry of Courtney as he's trying to limp his way down into pit lane. Keating is already there, and it looks like for Keating at least, that right rear corner, they changed that. He might be able to get going again. We're not really sure what the deal is with Courtney. Oh, look at that left front.
Yeah, there you go. We have a tire puncture. That makes sense, too. That could have been the point of contact between those two cars. Left front, right rear. It's conceivable that they both got a puncture on those Michelin tires. Other than punctures, and there's nothing anybody can do about that, they've stood up very, very well this weekend, especially in the changing conditions. We've had everything from hurricane force winds all the way to beautiful sunshine.
And a little bit of contact, and as a result, A.J. Morgan, your leader, as we close in on the end. Work on Jeff Courtney's car here at New Jersey Motorsports Park.
That's some serious work.
That's some serious work. Boy, they got the cut and grinder out, and it looks like that may have got deeper in than just that wheel as well. Meanwhile, there is A.J. Morgan as he comes around, picks up the white flag here at this third round of the Dodge Viper Cup, presented by Pennzoil Ultra at beautiful New Jersey Motorsports Park. And because of that incident and the pace that those three had, were pushing each other to before the end of this race.
There's nothing behind him.
Contact, he's lonely.
Yeah, he's all by himself, and sometimes, you know, they say that good things come to those who wait. And A.J. Morgan, very mature, very patient. He could see that it was playing out between the 99 and Ben Keating's car, and he got his just reward.
Well, and like we said, he had talked about the fact they were fighting a bit of understeer on that car. And here's another look at that incident. And you can see right here, Courtney got a drive off the turn, Tom.
There's no question about it, but I don't know. Did Ben go right hand down, or did Courtney just maybe lose a little bit of adhesion to the track? I think that's one of those racing deals. I think maybe Jeff Courtney just tried a little bit too optimistically, and maybe that car slid a little bit, and there was definitely contact, and we saw the evidence on his tire. I mean, he hit Keating hard.
Well, and that's one of those deals. Those surprise passes can work if both drivers are very aware of where the other one is. And I'm not sure Keating had any clue he was going to be coming through. Meanwhile, this little scrap is a good one here. Actually, that is the 81 of Fiorelli coming up, I think, to put a lap on Mazik. And he's got company behind him in Von Quillick. So he wanted to get through clean, and Mazik opened the door nicely to let him through and not affect that battle. Nice job by Dave.
Dave Mazik is a great rookie. He's getting better every single race, and he's doing a great job. There is our winner, A.J. Morgan, across the line.
Beautiful job by A.J. Obviously, we were talking about that understeer. They dialed some of it out, apparently, and he knew what he had for a car and was willing to settle for it, and got the gift by being smart. You got to like that from a young driver. Meanwhile, here comes Fiorelli and Von Quillick, and they've been in close concert all day long, and Fiorelli comes by and hangs on in front of a savvy veteran in Von Quillick. Got to be happy with that day's action. And speaking of happy, A.J. Morgan out enjoying this very special lap.
Yeah, I imagine he's having a good time in the car for this final lap. And there it is, the lineup. Morgan, Fiorelli, Von Quillick, Andy Bell, and Billy Grob. Nice job by Andy Bell. He learned all the way through this race.
He did indeed. And of course, after it was all done, we have to take a look at the points. And at this stage in the contest, you've got, after 3 rounds, A.J. Morgan is up front with Ben Keating in second, Jeff Courtney in third, and then Todd Nelson sits in the 4th spot. And of course, Tom has bolted the booth and caught up with our winner.
Well, A.J. Morgan, there's no way we're going to ask you to sit in this hot race car, but sometimes the windshield hits the fly, sometimes the fly hits the windshield. How'd it work for you?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I was just running with these guys the whole time. They had some fast race cars. I can't thank my crew enough. John Archer, my dad, Russ, everybody. They were wrenching on this car from the moment we got back from qualifying just to try and get the push out of it because it just wasn't handling the way I wanted it to. And we wrenched on it for 2 hours. We got it running, ran with Keating and Courtney, and brought it home, brought it number 1. So there we go.
A.J. Morgan does it again, this time at New Jersey. Well, Michael Von Quillick, Sometimes the race comes to you, sometimes you go to the races.
Well, that's right. We'll take what cards are dealt to us, and we'll deal them out. So it was a great day. We worked hard to get here, and after Sebring, what happened, we were just delighted to be here and get a podium finish out of today.
Now tell me about the communication between you and your lovely wife when you realized that you were going to pull this out on the podium.
When she said podium, I thought she was making a joke.
Never get around like that.
You got third.
Great job.
Oh, thanks
Michael
very
Von
much.
Quillick, third place at New Jersey. Well, Dave, considering everything that went down at Sebring, this is not a bad finish for your team.
No, we're pretty happy getting back on the podium. We got back to a fourth in that second race at Sebring in Ben Keating's borrowed car, which I appreciate, and now we got to step up a notch.
Sometimes things come back to you in a race every once in a while. When did you realize what was going on?
Oh, my pit guys were keeping me up to speed. They were on the scanner. They knew what was going on, so I knew what was happening. I was more worried about this guy right behind me than I was worried about the guys ahead of me.
He's new in Dodge Viper Cup, but you haven't heard the last of him.
So congratulations to our podium, and I understand that Tom has found a very interested and talented member of the Andy Bell fan club. Who you got, Tom?
Well, Travis, Andy had the temerity to call you his little sidekick, but it was nice to see you come and watch him and support him.
Oh, for sure, man. No, I was sitting too far from my house, so just took a little drive up here and was able to see him race, man. He was driving in harder than anyone, sliding sideways more than anyone. He was in the dirt probably more than most of the guys, so it was pretty good.
He really likes it in the dirt, he says.
Yeah, he's pretty good on the dirt, but I'd like to see him get into this stuff, man. He's a really good driver.
We got the Dodge engineers working on a jump on the back straight. Do you think he'll get used to that?
Oh, anyway, he'd kill it if they had a jump on this thing, man. He's golden.
It's great to see Travis Pastrana out to Dodge Viper Cup.
Well, Travis Pastrana, one of those guys that drives a veteran road racer nuts, because anything he gets in or on with two wheels, he goes fast, and he's become a rally racer extraordinaire, and even doing a little bit of road racing and doing incredibly well, and seems a perfect way to wrap things up here at New Jersey Motorsports Park for this third round of the Dodge Viper Cup presented by Pennzoil Ultra. The fourth round of the championship comes at you from this same exceptional venue, so make sure you join us then. For Tom Matthew, I'm Greg Creamer. Take care, everybody.